Oh, crap.
In all of my years working in esports.
You don't get that in Call of Duty.
No,
No, you don't.
not in any game. All right. Well, now, I just never thought that I'd have to look at a chicken's butt, but chicken butt, there you go.
You wanted
Good
to have
looking,
a farm.
good looking chick.
Yeah, you wanted to have a farm. You're going to have to get used to this.
Exactly, right? Farming simulator.
That's where the eggs come from.
Oh, all right. Well, welcome back, everyone, to the desk. We've been having a lot of fun here in Eleague. It's been a good time. And you know what that means? One more game, baby. It's time for the CSGO Trivia Challenge. And let's see what the topic is today. I just love that the skinny mic indicates something dumb is going to happen. Oh, how has Golden Boy been as a host? Your choices are incredible, amazing, GOAT, magnificent, or drip drip.
Why
Oh, man.
are there 4 good ones?
4 good ones. I see 5 good ones there because I would like to let you
Is
know.
drip drip a good thing?
I don't know what that is.
In my world,
I don't know
it's
what
a
that
good
is.
thing. Oh, well, I'm just
It's like
saying.
the sound of silence, I figured.
No. So, guys, you gotta pick right now. You know, just throwing it out there.
This is a tough spot. Is this a trick question?
Yeah. I didn't see none of the above up there.
That hurts.
I'm going with drip drip, because in my world,
I'll give you a magnificent.
Give me a really?
Yeah.
Man, such a shame.
Well, that's a good thing.
I
Why?
was hoping for all of the above. I was hoping for GOAT. I was hoping for greatest of
I
all
just
time.
want to find out what drip drip is.
Yeah, actually, I will be very honest with you all. When I was planning this one out, I did not know what drip drip entails. Sue, your thoughts, my dear?
Alex, I'm gonna need a refresher of those multiple choices. I saw the first choice was incredible, and then I just kind of.
Really? We just saw a chicken's butt. Like, how does this make any sense? Look at that. It's the incredible, amazing, GOAT, magnificent, drip.
Drip. Greatest of all time, magnificent. All right.
Just saying, guys.
I'll go with greatest of all time.
It's really
There
no
you go.
good choices, are there?
There you go. I
Suck
like
up.
that. All right. Well,
She's too nice.
do we have the results? Do we know what the answer is, or do I just pick it myself? Because honestly, I'm the best. All of the above. That's right. Okay. So you're welcome, everyone. I've graced you all with my presence, CSGO community. Please don't hate me. Okay. And that means what?
I got the one before that right. How am I going down?
I don't know. Someone in
This
the
is-
graphics department does not like you, but for some reason, I've stayed at 5.00 points, and Smix keeps climbing up. This is not fair.
I can't appreciate that Jason's back up.
Sue, I call shenanigans. And then why are they a chicken? I guess if you had to symbolize what Bardolph and DDK look like as a
I mean,
combination of
yeah.
two people. a
Smix is blindfolded, so it makes sense why she thought you were doing a good job.
Over to the bracket. So let's just go to the bracket. All right, so we're going to have CLOUD9 versus Big. It's going to be the matchup. Loser of this one will take on FaZe Clan, who are hot off of a victory 2-0 against Complexity. You just missed that one to start off today. Some great plays from players such as Nico that really led the way for FaZe Clan to phase up into Sunday. You see? You guys can't get rid of me. It's
No.
not
Nailed
going
it.
to happen.
That's some magnificent desk hosting.
Yes.
And incredible.
Dare I say, drip drip. Drip.
Listen, C9's going to win this one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess let's jump into the matchup and talk about Big first, because they've made a big change with bringing in Xantares. This guy has just been so impactful in their game yesterday against Complexity, but it was Complexity where I think we saw how they fared against FaZe, so this is going to be a big challenge now. Not to take anything away from Cole, but I think that C9 is going to give them, I would say, a much better
Yeah.
run for their money here.
I think C9 has some heavy hitters, unlike Complexity does, like Tim. You know, Automatic is going to come up big without a doubt in this game, whereas Complexity doesn't have someone like Tim, who's been in the top 20 players, you know, in all of the Counter-Strike scene. So they have players that can go up against Antares and, you know, Tapson, and we saw Smooya lighting it up yesterday.
That's the thing. I mean, you're going to talk about Xantares and Tapson as like really important players for this big team to play well, but it's Smooya, I think, who, if he's having a good game, it brings them to a whole other level. When he's on point with that AWP, they get very, very dynamic. He's an incredible playmaker as well. But this will be a tough task for them, and this is where I think you've also got to look at the tactical mind of Gabi. That's what can really swing this in their favor for a team that struggled to have a solidified in-game leader. They have Flusha doing the calling and everything like that. They've gone through the ropes with some of the in-game leaders, so that's where I think there's another big advantage for the big organization.
I like that. There you go. You see, you're learning. Chip off the old block, my bald friend. So Xantares, this was a good moment for him to really show us in map 1 specifically what he brought to the table, what kind of skill he provided big. And I think that he did not disappoint on Overpass. It was just such a, I think, what was that, 26 kills for him on map 1 there? This guy clearly is, he's the real deal.
He is. His aim is one of the best in the entire scene. And he's very unique because he actually uses mouse accel, which, you know, as a Counter-Strike player...
Is that why you switched?
Maybe, no, actually I switched because of Tim. Ironically, I think Tim uses mouse accel as well. They're very rare in the Counter-Strike scene, people that use mouse accel, so... I don't know, his aim is incredible. It's unlike anyone else in the scene.
All you have to know about Xantares is I think the professional Counter-Strike community has been a little bit afraid of him joining a team that's not Space Soldiers for a while now. I think everyone's kind of looked at him when he's on Space Soldiers and being like, thank God he's at a team that we're not necessarily scared of, because individually he is an incredible player. And now that he's on that team, now we get to see it more often and more frequently.
We've been talking about Xantares quite a bit, but another guy that we need to highlight, and this will be the guy who needs to deliver, or better yet, the dominoes who will deliver. It is gonna be Smooya. Say it with me, Mumos.
If they win, I'll get into that.
So if they win, you're gonna chant Smooya.
Yeah, I'll get into it with you.
Right.
But I mean, you got to do something too when they lose. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll figure it out on the back. But yeah, like I said, this Smooya, he is the guy who's going to bring this team to the next level. Gives them a whole new look and a whole new level of danger. That's not just the riflers. The AWP can be such a tough weapon to counteract, especially in the hands of someone like Smooya, who's going to be aggressive at time, who's very, very mobile with it, and very confident and decisive in his position.
Yeah, I do think something that's important for Smooya, though, is to get off on the right foot. And that's what we saw yesterday. You know, he seems like the kind of player that's a little bit volatile. If he starts bad, you know, that might get into his head. He's very vocal. He's trash talks probably better than anyone else in, you know, the top scene.
Except for apparently Stewie.
Except for Stewie.
Yes.
Is what we've learned. But yeah, so I would look for him to get started off well.
Not bitter.
But yes, this is going to be a very interesting take for Big in this one, and Cloud9 have their work in front of them. And one person in particular that is really going to have to break this one down will be their coach, Rambo. And the good news is we're actually going to be hearing from Rambo right now, courtesy of Smix over at the stage.
Go Rambo.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. Pleasure to speak with you, Rambo. I know you just recently joined Cloud9 only about a week and a half ago. So diving into this team with its interesting roster, how has that journey been?
Yeah, it's we had originally planned for Valens to coach, and during the travel he got sick. So I stepped in, and you know, it's a great way to start here, winning versus FaZe, and hopefully be able to carry on that momentum to this next matchup.
I saw in an interview Flusha did yesterday, he said that you've had a lot of great input, especially during the timeout. So in yesterday's match against FaZe, especially when things started to look a little bit scary, what sorts of advice did you give to your teammates?
We took a timeout there, I think it was like 15-9, 15-10-ish. And it seemed like we were kind of slipping and they were catching some momentum. So in those situations, I think it's wise to take a timeout and just slow things down. And try to freeze them up and just talk about what we're going to do next gun round. And yeah, that's what we talked about, yeah.
Well, there's no doubt that C9 looked really great yesterday. Now, you're in the winner's match. You have that chance to head to that finals. Another thing Flusha mentioned, in fact, was that you do a lot of research about the other teams. So what are your thoughts on your next opponent in Big that are looking really sharpened with the addition of Xantares? Yeah,
they're a solid team. They've got great leadership, great teamwork, and that's a core of 4 I've been playing for a while now. And with the addition of Xantares, they've got a ton of firepower. And well, lucky for us, we were able to get some demos on them, and we've got them on the maps that we thought we were going to get them on. So we've got a game plan headed in, and hopefully the guys start off strong.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Rambo. Best of luck. Back to you, Golden Boy.
I tell you, cool as a cucumber. That Rambo.
So calm.
Some things that probably most people will know, and I know it was touched on briefly, so I won't go too in-depth into it.
Oh, Jason 1.6.
No, but he has been. This is a guy who won world champions in Counter-Strike, you know, decades ago across multiple different versions. I think he's got trophies in like 3 different versions of Counter-Strike, so I mean, he understands the game very, very well.
Yeah, and well, let's look at that roster, though, for Cloud9, the team that Rambo is going to be working with here. And this is a great roster, to say the least. You got Flusha, Keo, Rush, Automatic, and Zelsis. And we didn't really talk about Zelsis that much, but this is also going to be a new addition to this lineup. And he's been playing his part really well.
Yeah, I think he really impressed all three of us yesterday with his plays. He was making a lot of impact plays, which is something you don't really see out of young players entering the professional scene. He wasn't afraid to make those pushes in critical moments of the match, get behind, set up big flanks, things that, young players like that never do. So hats off to him for pulling that off.
Yeah, the pushing aggressive plays was really, really cool to watch. I think the fun thing about this Cloud9 team now is that between Rush, Kiyoshima, and Automatic, I feel like you have a super consistent core 3 players. And then obviously Zelsis is going to continue to improve. And then you have Flusha, who can be such a massive X factor, as can any of the other 3. But with at least those 3 consistent players, you're always going to have a chance to be able to recover, to come back in a match, to establish an early lead, because you can rely so much on what those 3 players provide.
My point of interest, though, is really in the closeout. They struggled with that, having to go to overtime 2 times against FaZe. Yeah, sure, they get the win, but you want to just end it in regulation. You don't want to go that far, go that deep into OT like that, allow someone to come back, gain momentum.
Yeah, especially when you're a young team, you feel like now that's a staple of your team, is being able to have a team come back on you like that time and time again. So it's important that Cloud9 keeps that out of their memory at this point and just focuses on big.
It's also a nice showcase that while they have some young players and they have a lot of skill, they also have a massive amount of experience to be able to just straight up recover in those overtimes. Like, to get battered like that at the end of regulation, you get that little bit of pause before overtime starts, and you're able to just bounce back and play like it's no big deal. 7 major trophies on the squad.
Well, we'll be keeping a keen eye on Cloud9, but let's actually take a look at our map tactics presented by the U.S. Air Force. And this time, it's actually going to be about big. What do you have for me, Sean?
Yeah, so I just want to show how they move around the map a lot as CTs. So only a couple teams in the entire world move around the map as much as big, and it's Astralis and Liquid. So first, they're going to take A main control right now, get Xantares in A main, smoke the back of A main. Tizian initially smoke Molly's mid. You see GOB setting up this Molotov to force Jordan out into the open in front of Smooya's op. So this is very innovative stuff. So GOB is about to throw a Molotov over the wall, and you'll see Smooya line up the shot. Actually, Jordan burns to death because he sees Smooya and is forced to kind of retreat. So then from there, obviously they know A main's clear, so then they regroup as 3 and are ready to fight mid. And this is just so much movement in one early portion of the round, taking A main control, taking B aggressive control, then going back to mid and fighting the players mid. And as a T-side team, you don't know what to do. You never feel like anything is given to you for free. You always have to use utility. You always have to have numbers. And when you feel like you have to have numbers places, you can't set up hits how you want to as an in-game leader.
And you never know that, how much they're moving across the map means. Like, there's a good amount of time there where there's no defenders on that A bomb site. It could have been a just free one if you walk in, but you obviously always have to respect the fact and always think in the back of your head there's going to be one somewhere. So yeah, that's and part of what that shows as well, and I think it's one of the most fundamental things you have to have on the CT side, is the confidence and the ability to retake a bomb site. Because if you are going to leave those bomb sites, you have to be able to get back into it if they do take that site. And if you have that confidence, you can make that variety of plays.
Yeah, I mean, Big just have an arsenal. I think Gabi yesterday just said Xantares was another weapon.
Yeah, cheeky little smile on his face as well. Evil smile.
He knew what he was doing there, what he was saying, and well, we'll see how Big will play. But now it's time to go into our maps, picks, and bans. Excuse me. And let's see what we end up with first here. And
now, what's interesting is Cloud9 has shown that they're not afraid to play Nuke.
Yeah, they're willing to float that, aren't they?
Yeah, that's something we've never seen out of Cloud9 before, so who knows? They might go for a crazy thing, like a Nuke pick here. Whereas Big, on the other side, we saw them pick Overpass yesterday. We know they have footage. Cloud9 has footage on Overpass, so they might go for that again. They also were very successful on Cash.
Yeah, and obviously you can go for that cash pick. We'll see some of what you just highlighted with the mobile defense. That's going to be tough for Cloud9 to crack. I wouldn't mind seeing a Nuke in there. If you think back to the London Major, that's the map that Complexity was actually able to beat Big on in the group stage to even qualify. So Overpass going to get brought in. Cloud9 obviously got some confidence in that from an early jump on FaZe.
Indeed, that's kind of interesting though, considering Big picked Overpass yesterday. So Cloud9 banning Train, and then we're gonna have Big picking Inferno as a third map. That's a map we saw them have a lot of success at, the past couple majors.
Yeah.
They're very good at using smoke grenades, Molotovs, forcing the T's into situations they don't want to be in.
I think this is a really good layout of maps for this contest. Cash is going to be super interesting because I still don't know if there's a team in this world that I would pick as like the go-to #1 team on Cash. So I always find it super interesting just to watch teams play that map because it's always so different.
All right, well, predictions, fellas. This is a big one. This is going to be, no pun intended, what we're all looking forward to. It's tough to say it, right? I mean, I'm sorry, everybody. So let's get into this prediction. Sean?
I'm going to go with a big 2-1 here. Big wins from big clan, big 2-1.
Okay.
All right, I'm taking Cloud9. I don't think you should be surprised if this team goes the whole way and wins this event. I'm going to take Cloud9 in a 3-map series as well.
Okay, so we're going the distance there. That's going to be very awesome to see, but we also asked you all at home, and we want you to keep on voting, keep on letting us know who you think is going to win this game. Is it going to be Big? Is it going to be C9? If you're in the chat right now, spam away so that this way you can have your voice heard. You heard from the desk, but now it's time to hear from the casters. We're going over to Bardolph, DDK, for this game.
Thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, James, I am very afraid of my prediction here because either of these teams could knock it out of the park, and I think this is going to be such an exciting series. I love the maps as well. I completely agree. I go big for it, but I'm not confident with that because Cloud9 have proven that they're pretty sneaky.
The important thing is that we have a great series, and I think we have a high chance of that. So whether I'm right or wrong, I don't give a damn. I just want to see some frags. And we are not too far away from that. Cloud9 will be starting on the T side of Cash. Nice open map. There's some great strats shown there by Sean Grills for Big Clan. So I can't wait to see if we see those again and how Cloud9 will adapt to just if they've watched the demo and so on, if they've done their data science. And indeed, we will soon be into the game. New man Zelsis for Cloud9, putting the bro fists out as we begin. 15 seconds, and we'll see what Cloud9 have in store for Big on the first round of their T side of Cash.
All right, so let's take stock. We've got a couple flashbangs for Tizian and the flash on the defuse kit. Kevlar for everybody else. And in the hands of Cloud9 is just Flusher with the utility, a Molotov and 2 flashbangs. So this should be pretty fun. Looking forward to seeing how that one plays out for them. Smooya is under a lot of pressure at this point. They're going to be diving into Smooya. How many will it be? It's only 2, but that's pretty good. And he will have a fast rotation coming in for his teammates. Got B doing the damage as well. They can't get into the B site.
He's blind, he's on fire, and now he is dead. He's been barbecued, he's toasted. Kiyashima and Flusher, 2 versus 3, entirely doable. Kiyashima with the USP, as you can see there, he's got equal range to his opponent. Bomb being dropped as he faces, doesn't want to commit the bomb if he goes down. That would be a disaster. Just one person peeking, keeping him honest. He could actually wait for the guy lower to peek and they'll pop out and get your 2 versus 1 in most cases. 1 minute on the clock as Flusher looks for a flank. There is no flank, however. Tabson keeping an eye on A and mid, while the other 2 keep eyes on B. So it is, you could flip a coin really as to which site to head towards for Cloud9. But it seems they'll continue towards the A site for now. Tabson close to that short position. Door open. He can raise the alarm. Maybe Tizian makes the way over. Ooh, that's nasty.
Here with a look in there. Ooh, could have maybe caught Tabson there, but now Tabson is aware. And he's done a minimal damage, but he will pursue. It's going to be 2 players pursuing there. Tizian from the front, Tabson from the back. The 180's not good there as Tabson finishes him off. And that is an excellent round from Big. The start from Smooya and Gobi was quite nice.
Straight to the M4 for Xantares. Nothing bought just yet for Cloud9. Xantares keen to have a clean mouse.
Yeah, I don't think I know any other pros who are so persistent with wiping the mouse.
Yeah, I mean, some people have clammy hands, so maybe he has one. I don't know. Never shaken his hand. Not a terrible start for Smooya. I think he's the kind of player who needs a good start. I think that obviously he's one of the more emotional players in the team. Has his headphones off for now, so I'm presuming a tech pause.
Yeah, he's really scary when he gets going. We saw that yesterday. And one thing that's really cool is when you have the backup of the players like Tabson and his comrade, now new comrade, Xantares. with all that firepower, it does create more space for players like Smooya to get in and to have opportunities to do things. And that kind of works for all of them. And that's one of the tenets really of FaZe as well. So it's something that should be really interesting to see how it plays out. We saw such a good performance from them yesterday. Cloud9 is definitely a very strong team, so I'm really, one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to this matchup so much is because I think it's quite an even test of competition to really maybe push big, so that we can see maybe the best quality from them. And likewise for Cloud9, Cloud9 are going to be fighting against a different beast. I mean, that's one of the things with big. They've always been this one team which they're just different to everybody else. Just strategically, tactically, the way that they do their calls and rotations, they're just a little bit different to everybody else. And that can really catch some teams off guard. And in the past, Big didn't necessarily have some of the firepower, maybe, or perhaps even, let's say, the stage experience to maybe go super deep and run that finals into to a position where they could lift a trophy. But they could always get to the top 8. They're always very dangerous. They're gatekeepers, James.
Looks like maybe an audio issue. I think he's got one headphone in, checking the volume or something, that's my guess. More ways people... What? Oh, from Hong Kong, nice. Oh, he's very far away. I was looking at the mosaic on the walls, wondering what room he was in, but always nice to see a 2-screen setup. We've got a lot of people who are staying awake all night to watch the Eleague tournament, which is fantastic. I respect that 5 AM, don't stay up too long. But that's really nice. Wouldn't mind going to Hong Kong this year.
Yeah.
Is Smooya ready?
Well, the headset's back on at least. You can say anything you want now, James, about Smooya.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, it looks like it's just final bits and bobs, and then we'll be into the first map of this series, then the second round. Man like Flusher. There's so many people to talk about on the Cloud9 side. We had a 30 bomb from Rush yesterday, but we didn't get to see a lot of it because there was so much action across the map, so we'll have to keep an eye on him today and see if he can have a repeat performance. Of course, Flusher as well. Still look at him and think Fnatic, and I think that will go on for a while. So Tabson is saying Smooya is still having some sound issues in the chat, and he's disconnected from the server, Smooya, so it might be a little longer. Santares. That's pretty awesome. Man, it was so fun to watch Santares and the Space Soldier squad they had like 2 giant best of 5s with Virtus.pro in 2 different seasons of ECS, and Virtus.pro gatekeep them each time, but it was such a wild ride. But now perhaps he has more opportunity now that he's on a bigger team, if you will. Here's some statistics for Big recent results and the Boston Major as well. 13th on HLTV. Where will they end up at the end of this year, I wonder?
Yeah, they're set up so well this year to have really great results. Last year was a really good establishing year for them. I would say just really learning exactly how the core works, refining things, figuring out how to make things smooth. And then now they've added the firepower. All they really need to do is get more experience with this lineup. And then on top of that, get some more experience on some of the stage matches, deeper into playoff situations. And once they have that, I really don't feel like we're going to see Big dropping out of the top 8 this year. I think they should be a mainstay. They have everything, they have all the tools, really.
Indeed they do. And we've got a nice crowd here from Atlanta. You guys ready for this match? I recognize that kid. It's not his first E-League. Welcome back. Smooya's back on the server. Come on, guys, give me your best Smooya. God, you guys are deep. I bet these guys are catfishing on the internet with deep voices like that.
I gotta say, the guys on the desk, they were like lambasting Jason for not doing the Smooya, but they weren't even doing it correctly, James. Got to get the English, you got to channel the English Yobbo.
Right, we'll see if Smooya can channel his inner Yobbo for round number 2 here on Cash. Not much we can expect from Cloud9. Obviously, they're waiting for the AKs in the round to come. Glocks and a flashbang. It may be a brief one, a quick one, a fast one. Moving towards the A site with 3 players. Santares and Tabson await. Tizian keeping an eye on mid. And he'll go to join his brethren. Abandoning the mid position for now, happy with the smoke. Well, I said it might be a fast one, but perhaps not. Maybe Cloud9 giving the odd sound cue. The normal stuff. Tizian's been double flashed into A main. And now they can concentrate players towards B.
Yeah, and it's good because if the slower you take it, the more grenades the big side will waste, which is economic damage. If you go in straight away, they won't need to use all their nades. So here it is. Still holding on to a good amount of grenades. Smooya is just going to make the money. Got beat there for support. Quick reloads. Out comes the USP, chasing for that final frag. He knows it could be his, but instead, it's going to be there for Tizian. So lots of money made. Pretty much all the kills going towards those MP9s. Smooya was $6,800 moving to the third round.
That's quite nice.
Yeah.
Does he upgrade? Surely he upgrades. There we go. AWP out. And he still, before he buys the grenades, his money's still together with the rest of his team, which is great. What a great situation to be in. All eyes on Cloud9. 5 AK-47s, a healthy number of grenades for them as well. So let's see how they construct their initial rounds on Cash. Smoke grenade towards Z connector, where 3 big players are coming through. Got beat Antares and Tizian. Smooya left alone on the B-bomb site for now. Rush up fast towards that boost position. There's one player in isolation, but of course it's Xantares. I wouldn't want to go for a duel with him. Flashes while he holds on the short position. Falls back now. Still going to pop out later on, but Xantares don't need no trade fragger.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. You've got that fast mid control, everything looks great, and then all of a sudden, 2 1v1s lost against Xantares. He's still on 75 HP as well, so he's pretty healthy, and he's perhaps able to go for another challenge. Here it comes. The taps are in, but it's Xantares with a headshot. A triple for him now, as these 1v1s are just not working out for Cloud9. That's very unfortunate. And Big has such deep control of A main that at this point, what are your options even for if you're Cloud9?
Well, now they know where Xantares is playing, they can go anywhere else in the future rounds. Zoss is hoping for more of a gap. He's at a disadvantage now because it might be that Tizian will see his feet soon. He thinks somebody's by the box, maybe standing on it. Does Tizian see the feet? Easily avoided. Double peek if they need it. Xantares looking for number 4. The Molotov of course is forward, but Tizian will steal the frag. The bomb has been abandoned now. Kishima has an AK-47. Trying to do some damage and taps onto Tapson. But with 25 seconds, there will be no rotation and a plant. Just a rotation. Tizian taking an off angle with the AK-47. 15 seconds. Kishima wants to die. He's lost bonus. 10 seconds now. And his wish has been granted by none other than Xantares. A 4K for him in that round.
And that's like the only 1 versus 1 where he really took much damage until the end. So yeah, it's been really, really clean for him so far. Really good work.
And they have all been 1v1s. No trade frag situations allowed for Cloud9. So they'll have to consider their approach to Xantares in future. For now, it will be Deagles and Glocks. Maybe we will see a P250. Cloud9 heading towards maximum loss bonus. They have 5 kills across 2 players, Cloud9, which isn't great if you consider the money for Big going in the right direction. With no Kevlar, if a grenade hits you and then explodes, it can do 101 damage in 2 hits.
Ouch. I like the timing of the HE there onto the boost as well. You can see that Cloud9 were waiting for it. So Cloud9 realized, but there's another one, and that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage, 78 points of health lost.
Definitely value in practicing that grenade to make sure it lands in the right position, because if it goes past, it can easily do 0 damage.
James, they're just really feeding the beast here. They're feeding the beast. How many kills does Xantares have already? We're into round 4 and he's already got 7 kills. It's not a good look. He's got that AK-47 as well. Though, that said, the way that they've been playing mid, as Flasher will actually catch Tapson, so that's a bit of economic damage done. The way they've been playing mid, it is actually quite possible for Cloud9 to get those mid takes working. So far, Big have not been playing deep mid. They've not been committing to it too hard. It was only really when Cloud9 were trying to rush up highway and in 1v1s that they were having problems with mid. So if they play a regular default and get mid control, they should be able to get mid control and play the round out normally from there, based off of how Big are playing at the moment. But as Sean so rightly pointed out on the desk, we can expect Big to have a lot of different setups on the CT side.
Attempt number 2. This time Automatic's got the AWP, proven himself to be very good with that. Early grenades from Gobby, but the timing works out for Automatic. May have been blind, but such is the timing. Gets the kill regardless. Early disadvantage for Big now. What is the formation? What is the response from Big? Cloud9 may ask. Smear's in position. He's got the angle already, avoiding the flashbang. Not hitting the shot though. Automatic and Keo outside B. Looks like... Okay, Tizian's in the vent. Cloud9 playing it slow, looking for more reaction. But as we hit the minute mark, they may have to speed things up.
Yeah, so Cloud9 perhaps looking for that delayed mid-take and then move into a B split. That's kind of how the setup looks at the moment. We'll see how it pans out, though. With that initial pick-off, it will be a struggle here for Big to hold. But they do still have Tizian in the vents. But it can be quite a vulnerable position, especially considering there are still Molotovs out. They are going to go back towards A, which is awesome. You can see that Big are leaning towards B at the moment. Going for that A retake. There's the smoke. Quick Molotov to stop them from taking forklifts. That's a good spot for the CTs to try to retake from it. Oh my god, Xantares again! That AK is very painful to deal with.
Still more fight in this though. 20 seconds, the bomb's got to go down. Flusher taking out Smooya. That HE could be money. And now it's just Tizian. 1 versus 2 after that grenade. He has a lot to do with his org. Some pre-fire towards the forklift. But Flusher creeps through the smoke. And Cloud9 get their first round on the board. Home favourites, perhaps. 2 players surviving for Cloud9. They'll have to buy around these weapons. Money in the bank for Big. One of the more active minds in Counter-Strike, Gobby, so very interested to see what Big have in store for Cloud9 in this round.
Smooya on that AWP. We've seen the shenanigans. Looks like he'll be keeping things pretty run-of-the-mill for now. There's actually Flusher going deep on that mid-push, getting annihilated there by a deeper setup from Big. And tabseN also playing aggressively in A main. This is going to be very careful. It looks like Kyushu might be looking for this. Maybe not. Over the box here, tabseN doing all kinds of stuff here. Has to fall back though. He's got cover from that quad position, but it's still very awkward to get out. And you can see Automatic will catch him as Xantares looks to anchor.
2 of these last 3 plays for Cloud9 haven't got a kill just yet. Xantares standing in the flames as long as he can. Rush finally makes it to the scoreboard. Tizian around that forklift, can't get a kill. There are players in the red. Rush strikes again, moving towards the bomb plant. Smear doesn't hit the shot. Spots one, gotta avoid the trade fragger. Very awkward for him now. Gobby still alive as well. Moving towards the forklift position, hasn't seen it, sees him now. Can't get a kill. Awkward for both Orpers, and it's Smear to get the kill. Gobby, where is he? Smear needs help. Finding the angle, but can't find the shot. Now Gobby versus 2. Rush, 5 HP. Stealth is the one taking damage, however. Trying to bait for his teammate. He's in the flames though, and down he goes. Held on for as long as he could. Rush has made it to the short position. Gobby's not going to check there, but he's so low. Doesn't hit. He jumped and he still gets the kill. 5-1 for Big. There's time to defuse the bomb. That's got to be really frustrating for Rush.
Wow, yeah, he needed the instant headshot. That is really, really sad there for Rush. Oh my goodness, just going down to that 1v1. That's a hard one to shake off. And Gobby, I love the utility play there in the NBK position. I actually thought that his opponent was safe from the flames, able to stand there for so long, but you never know how they spread.
Yeah, sometimes it spreads late and get yourself into a lot of trouble.
And that's a very tough one for Cloud9 to lose. They only need a single save, though. The bomb plants have been helpful in increasing the amount of money that they have. We'll see now, once again, Big just playing a pretty straight-up normal defense, 1-2-2 at the start of the rounds. Not going too aggressive. Looking for Cloud9 to make the move, and they don't have any utility here. If they try to move into any of the bomb sites, it's going to be not impossible without some incredible deagle work. So we should look to see if they can do that. That is really what they are trying to do. To find those one-shots. But so far, Big are giving them nothing.
Cloud9 not shy for a slow round, regardless of if it's an eco or a full buy. The advantage of playing slow in this situation, of course, is making Big spend money in terms of utility, those incendiaries, the HEs. squeezing as much out as you can, as there's plenty of play to be had in this half. Numbers moving into that mid position now. Big expending more grenades. That smoke does allow Cloud9 to get closer to it, of course, and to try and swarm. No grenades for Cloud9 though, so they must be as careful as they can be. Many targets for Big in the mid position. So far, so good for them. Plenty of bullets in the M4A4. We've seen Kishima and T-Warehouse, and now, there he goes. So, if you look at the utility, there's only 2 grenades left for Big, so Cloud9 made them throw almost everything. Didn't get any kills, but they still made them spend some money.
Yeah, and it always counts. I wonder what Big have to throw at Cloud9 now, because, you know, Cloud9 get their next buy-in after they've been reset, they've spent everything. This would be a fantastic round to throw something weird at Cloud9 to take the initiative. So Cloud9 had a way to say, all right, this is what we spotted about Big, this is where we think the weakness might be. If we could, you know, if we launch this plan, everything will be fine. And then, you know, Big comes in and takes the initiative, takes down a player. Then all of a sudden they have to make another plan on the fly. And that's never where you want to be. And it looks like Big are actually just, all they're doing is just playing someone, which is Tizian, a bit further forwards in middle, closer to the boost. And otherwise, it's a pretty similar setup as to what they've already had in this half. Smooya goes for a quick cheeky push, though, does find something. Finds a wayward Kiyashima by himself.
Seems bigger. Sorry, Cloud9 are heavily expectant on some kind of aggressive plays from the likes of Big, be it a boost, a push. Obviously, you saw one from Smooya there, which paid off. So now what? 4 versus 5. Those steps will be heard by the player under the boost for the CTs. You know there are people either in main or around that boost position. Cloud9 may be thinking of doing something. Flush has been picked off. Death by paper cuts in this round for Cloud9. Xantares in a different position now. Don't think he's seen Rush make his way out. Starting to walk now. Tabson's here for support as well. Up high. Sees the barrel of automatic. He can't get a kill. Tabson has to deliver. 34 seconds remaining. Tizian coming up the short position. 3 versus 2. Celsius on the side. Needs to get this one down. Needs to clear things up. But now he's on his own. 25 seconds. He can find some frags. Not all the time in the world. Awkward. Got to avoid the flashbangs. No more damage for Cloud9. Just the 2 kills. 7-1 for Big.
And you take down Xantares, and right behind him is Tabson. It's definitely a very difficult way in. And it's you know, once again, we see Smooya taking that initiative with that AWP, finds that quick pick. Cloud9 had a default setup. So that means they're playing only one player towards B main. Having an AWP fight that guy is the perfect scenario. And then Cloud9 have to go for a mid take. Big know that's the very obvious next move. Big are just all over this right now. They're just reading Cloud9 very effectively.
On the pistols once again, familiar friends for Cloud9 in this half. Again, we've got the hero flashbang. As we saw Complexity try in the previous cache, maybe Cloud9 could have more success. Look how late Big are. They've barely thrown a grenade beyond the Molotov and the smoke in mid. Keeping all their utility. They know Cloud9 wants to dry them out. And keeping their Molotovs will make a retake a hell of a lot easier, should it be necessary. Look at that, 1 minute 20 and the smoke is down on main. How's support down to the USP, now he's gone. They would love to pick up the AWP. Turret up close, that's a massive kill. Tizian came in for the first one. And now maybe, just maybe they can plant the bomb, maybe not. 2 kills, they continue with 2 AWPs and a 7-round lead.
Yes, there we go. I like it. Look how committed Xantares is. He didn't doubt it for a moment. He's just staying out there.
He believes, man.
In the game and out the game, he commits to his plays. And this is a scary scoreline now. Cloud9 not really finding success with pretty much anything. They haven't really been able to make the defaults work, and they haven't been really able to set themselves up to run set pieces into bomb sites either. So there we go. Finally, Smooya gets caught on the aggression inside of the smoke. Expecting maybe one man to be there. If in a default setup, that would have been a great move. But not this round. Cloud9 have 2 players on B main.
Tizian with some jewels. Aggression from Big. They're not going to sit on their lead. They're not going to score a few goals and then just defend. They continue with the aggression, dominating the game. The same kind of thing that you'd see from Fnatic and aggressive plays from a JW, for example. It's nice to allow your players to play with confidence and have that freedom Sometimes it won't work, but in the long run, it is your identity as a team. There's that Molotov that Sean Gares mentioned that Gobby throws to force a player from his position and blow him up. Automatic, though, will remain in situ. Zelsis lurking outside A. Molotov in towards B. Angles will be held, I'm sure. They will see that no one is there. Now here comes the push.
Xantares needs to hide for as long as he can. Oh, he's going to go for a peek, though. Finds one. That's the bomb, actually. The next peek comes in, but it's against automatic with the AWP. Not ideal there for Xantares, but they did delay the bomb from going down. There aren't all that many retake grenades here for the CT side either, so Big will likely give this one up, even though they have some decent cash behind them. And indeed, they gambled away from B, hoping that Xantares could get at least 2 kills, and he was unable to do so. So now it gives them the option to save 3 guns, which is very nice. But will Cloud9 go hunting? Cloud9's economy is ruined. They don't really want to go hunting, I don't think, here. Unless it's an easy engagement, you don't want to go too deep with this. And into the AWP you go.
Not a bad start for Big, but Cloud9 will double their score. 3 players survive. Now can they repeat their success? Bear in mind, Big lost Smooya early with his aggressive peek. You won't get that opportunity every round. Here it is again. Automatic holding the angle smartly while a grenade was deployed to smoke off the front of B. And there's another one from the man.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why that move from Smooya does work out is because if it's a default and you've got some guy just like lurking that position, throws the cross smoke, throws the Molotov, you can catch him throwing the Molotov off and from that, like with that lineup that Smooya had. So that's one of the reasons why he goes for that.
We'll see. Smooya and Tabson with the sniper rifles for Big in this round. We've got 2 Cloud9 players moving towards Squeaky Door, so perhaps this will be a faster execute from Cloud9. Kishima showing presence towards the B-bomb site, throwing some grenades, but Tizian almost looks like he's going for a walk in mid now. Just making sure no one's behind the smoke. So a 3-man burst out of the door. It's a retake situation for Big. Tabson on the site. Xantares can quickly try to assist. I'm sure he might be smoked off. Flusher moving away now. Minute 10. What is the go call for Cloud9?
So will there be a flash here for Kishima to work with as they go over towards mid? The smoke is pretty deep. That definitely favors the CTs here in this situation. See if Tizian can keep himself alive or if Kishima will pick a good timing.
Look at this read from Big, though. Gobby's left B to himself. Smooth's moving towards A with Xantares and Tabson. Very active mind, Gobby. Believes it's going to be an A execute. They might think 1 play's going to be here. Looks like it's going to be 3. 30 seconds now, really playing it late. Xantares on the box. Going for some pre-fires. Got the smoke on the quad. That can benefit the CTs. 24 seconds. They're not through the choke point, Cloud9. This looks troublesome for them. The counter flashes now. The angle's being held. And here come the frags for Big.
Tabson lines one up with the AWP. They'll take down Tabson, but Xantares is still left on the bomb site to push forwards with the smoke, with the flashbangs, but they're not good actually. Flusher gets himself a 2K. Spray goes through towards Highway, doesn't find the mark. 5 seconds by the bomb. Oh, that's really nice, but he's got to go for the kill now. He's not left himself time to do this, and now he risks dying after time as well as Tizian tries to wrap around the container, but looks like they'll both stay alive for now, and so close for Cloud9, but not close enough.
So late, nervous stuff, but again, the reads from Gobby. He's always thinking about what his opponent wants to be doing, what they're probably doing, why they have done X, why they haven't done Y. Rotating a 3rd player towards A in anticipation of the A push, leaving himself on the B bomb site. Makes the right plays, man. You should be a poker player as well. 9-2 for Big. No consecutive rounds for Cloud9. They get resets again. Flusher with the hero AWP. And this is pretty much it. Again, you want your pistoling players to stay alive, because if Flusher is able to get frags, while this particular angle is a pretty far one, they need to swarm, pick up weapons, get post-plant positions if you can get the bomb down. So it's no good to teammates running in, taking risky duels. You need to use the big guns to get more guns.
Yeah, and I like the positioning here as well. The vent player makes the the guy who's alone on B, very safe if there's a B rush, and Tizian also covers that vent player with information if they do go through middle as well to pincer through to checkers. So we'll see if C9 can somehow make this one work. Ooh, Smooya opens it up, and now things come to somewhat of a halt here. Flusha holds the angle. Smooya will help with throwing out more flashbangs, picks up another one, and finally Flusha does get that frag, but it's too late. The rotation's in, and the AWP is lost.
Smoke roll allowed to be collected. I do like the plays we see from Xelsis. He goes for the opportunist plays, who reads the game and sees, okay, there's all this action over here. Maybe there's a window of opportunity towards the A side. Doesn't work out, but it shows promise. Kishima now with the AWP. 25 seconds. He's got $1,000 in the bank. Looks like he would choose to save it at the cost of his own loss bonus. AWP has more value. He can pick up a deagle or something, take a weapon from a fallen comrade, buy some grenades. Stay back a little bit. So this is a good decision from him. 4 players surviving from big, and they need to build their money. Tizian and tabseN both had $450. So, gentleman's agreement, everybody backs off. 10-2 for big.
Yeah, they're doing such a great job so far. Just really reading the rounds very, very well, and hitting the shots as well. I mean, that's what we were talking about before. They've got such a great CT side. They've got the firepower. They've got the reads. That's a lot going their way.
Tactical timeout from Cloud9. They've got 3 more rounds to go for. I love the adjustment we've seen from Gobby as well. Going from one Cloud9 eco to the other, where Cloud9 just played it super slow, thinned out all the utility, and then Gobby is like, okay guys, molly mid, smoke mid, don't throw anything else. Just hold all of your utility. Cloud9 standing there. As soon as they start to press W, smoke on main. They've got all the Molotovs for a retake should it be required. So prepared. It's great to watch. And here we are. Cloud9 on the buy once again. 3 AKs, AWP. They are very light on utility, almost no flashbacks. So I'm very curious to see what the approach is in this round.
Indeed. Smoke down once again. Will they go through it? Looks like they are thinking about boosting at this point. Xelsis, he's wary of the potential push into the elevated position. Cloud9 have a shot at middle if they want to take it. Once again, big, mixing up their setups. Actually, Gobby just returned to spawn. Gobby doesn't have a gun, I don't think, but here comes a challenge in a main. It looks pretty damn good, as we'll have Rush now creeping up towards Highway. And I do think that Gobby didn't buy a gun, James, because he's stuck on a USP at the moment. He ran back to spawn just earlier to see if he could catch the buy time.
Tizian could almost see the bomb as Kishima rotates, but he doesn't. Xantara's killing people as he does. That's pretty much all he does on the server. Just slaughter everybody. 2 versus 4. Both players near that vent position. Xantara's again just pops up and slays. He is a human slay command. Personification. And there's a flank from Tizian. Gobby goes down, but again, his USPing didn't really cost him anything too much. Only 2 rounds remain.
Yeah, Xantara's just gets... He almost got the ace there. He was so close to getting the ace. Just going to take down everybody mids. It's just kind of ridiculous. You're against AK-47s, and he is just so ridiculous. He makes it look so smooth.
19 for 7.
Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy. Against the caliber of Cloud9, it's pretty ridiculous. He's looking much stronger today than yesterday.
Well, now Cloud9 are really ruined. UMP into pots and pans. 2 Tech-9s. Flusha very quickly towards that white box position. The rest of the team concentrated towards speed. The footsteps heard. Gobby with some tagging. Yes, Smooya for support as well. There are smoke grenades here for Cloud9. They can try to smoke him off. Some easily avoidable flashbangs. Still no smokes. Automatic has one, but he's moving away with the bomb. There is another one that's been thrown. Counter molly, trying to pull the CTs towards B as they move towards A.
But Big did not overreact because Xantara is still watching over middle here. They've got a player on A2, so there really isn't a way to get onto a site without Big knowing about it. And Xantara's will easily defend in middle as tabseN watches over the A-bomb site. He's got 2 players to worry about as he falls down to the low ground. Call for assistance as well. Reposition to quad is pretty good. Beautiful tap there from tabseN as Automatic is stuck in the door. And not too much he can do here. down to 5 HP now. Tabson with the dink, and he finishes it off. Great defense there from Big once again.
This is a mauling. Big are mauling Cloud9 in this first half of Cash. This is not the first. I mean, we've seen 1 13-2. I think at least 2 12-3s. I want to say. I could be wrong. But we're going to see one of those again. Another timeout called by Flusher. Not all the money in the world for Cloud9, but they really could do with a third round. You can see some words from Rambo. And here are the statistics. Xantares, KD, clean 3.
Ouch. He is owning middle. Some of the defenses he's had there are just look pretty ridiculous. Like you can't expect other players to make the kinds of moves that he's making, and he does it confidently and consistently, able to take multiple challenges where other players may not. And that's beautiful.
That video about the inappropriate eye tracking was very uncomfortable to watch. Must be said. Last round of the first half, Cloud9 looking for their third round, much needed. Bunch of players heading towards the B bomb site. B bomb site's been a problem, as has mid, as has A. Xantares has been the biggest of these problems. One player stuck in checkers now. Goppy's got to be careful. Doesn't want that close quarters engagement of that flashbang. So prepared. Makes it as easy as it needs to be. Kishima will take the place and get a kill. But where is the flashy? Or flasher even. Smia on the side. Got to be careful about the angles he takes. Tizian for support in the vent. Smia will extinguish the grenade, but he doesn't see that from Rush. There might be a third round in this for Cloud9.
Looks like it. Xantares and Tabson to come in now, though, so that's going to be problematic. Quick nade sailing through onto the bomb site. Can't make it happen now. Down to Tabson for the 1 versus 3. The bomb yet to be planted. There's players all over the place. Damage done, but not the frags. And Cloud9 pick up one more round to end the first half, but it is a measly 3 to be the total. So this pistol really needs to go their way.
Still big support for Cloud9 in the crowd, no pun intended. So, still all to fight for. Still all to fight for. But now Xantares is going to have an AK almost every round. And that scares me. I'm not sure I can watch. Stop for the pistol, though.
They look so impressive. Big, James. They really
it looks very comfortable for them.
Yes.
But again, Godby's spatial awareness across the entire map. And that tells you that they have good communication, because he needs the comms of his teammates as well to build a virtual picture of the entire map in his head and then react accordingly. So that's a well-coordinated team that we're seeing today. Right then, Cloud9, 4 sets of Kevlar, automatic with a smoke and a defuse kit. They will be at the mercy of their aggressors, Big, Godby, and Tizian will be the grenade men. There's a P250 for Xantares. He's been raid bossed. Someone's dropped it to him. He's got Kevlar, looking to add to his score.
So waiting to make the move in towards the B-bomb side, perhaps, or waiting for a push. Cloud9 actually playing retake on B with the setup that they have here, so really anticipating an A attack. Not convinced by anything that they spot towards B so far. Xantares has been given a P250. He's got P250 and Kevlar. And, oh, banged out by Zelsis. But they only spotted one player. Here comes the next challenge. Surely rotation should start to happen now for Cloud9.
Smoked off, no more information for Zelsis. Flusher up on the ramp. Double smokes, okay, well, they will have to play the waiting game, Cloud9. If automatic notices angles, one would assume a plant for checkers. You can smoke off that angle and then try to force each. They've got no flashes to make their way through. But when they get here, these smokes will dissipate. We've got 4 players in one for the CT side, very strange. What are they planning to do? Because Zelsis is in CT, they're going to take these angles away, swarming through the vent now. Smia avoiding a flashbang from his own teammate. That will slow down these CTs. It's not working out for Cloud9, I don't think. 3 versus 2, 2 on 2 now. Godby tried to stay alive, but he can't. They're all eliminated in quick succession. But can he get to the bomb in time? He's picked up the kit from his teammate, and I think they will get the defuse.
Really nice one from Cloud9. That looks kind of scary. The setup from Big was awesome. That was a great pistol from them. And as you say, unconventional to have so many players bursting from the vent, but it really worked to spill out in numbers from the vent position. And Celsius gets a couple very important kills there. There it is, Flusher and Kiyoshima working nicely against the trio that were left. And they'll pick up the much-needed pistol, and we'll see the rifles purchased. We'll have to see if Big can throw a wrench in the works here, because with that bomb plant, they've gone for the full buy here. We'll see what they can accomplish with it. Tizian sacrificing himself, being able to drop the AK. So tabseN and Xantares, the big hitters, with those AK-47s.
Xantares taking out immediately. That's a nice scout to have. Got Smooya looking for something with the scout. Got to be careful. So many grenades to lose as well. 10 HP. Okay, not bad. 4 on 4. Not a weapon they can retrieve, of course. Not yet. tabseN with the smoke up. He goes with the AK. There is a player below him, however. It's going to be an awkward fight for both if he checks. Flashbang, and there's automatic moving back. Gun won't fall down just yet. Using the HE. Gobi keeping him honest with the gap. His teammate will hold the angle. Dropping the bomb. Still 2 players in mid. He got flushed by white box for Cloud9. So this one could go either way.
They have flashbangs too, so you would expect maybe a flash to go out to help Gobi here. And he's flying automatic. Very important kill. You can't really let automatic sit there regardless. This was a mistake we actually saw in the previous map of Cash we had earlier today. In a mid-round like this, you've got to clear out the mid if you can, when you're on the T side, if there's a player close. Too much information for him otherwise. And now they go back towards B here with Smooya. This is very awkward with the health that they have, but it is doable. They still have 2 smokes and flashbangs.
Flusher moving into Z with 20 seconds now, quickly trying to make his way towards B. He won't get there in time for the cross because the smoke is up, but there are only 10 seconds to plant this bomb. One mistake and it's over, just like that. 2 kills for Kiyashima as Smooya moves in, the last one to fall. Needed to die before the timeout, and he did. Another round in the bag for Cloud9, 5-12 now. 7 rounds behind our Cloud9. Continuing to build. We have a hero AK coming out from tabseN in this particular round. Ooh, they're going further. Dropping 2 AKs now.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
They've mustered more than you might have expected. 3 AK-47s on 3 players with armor. And they've got grenades as well. Cloud9 probably expecting an eco. This could catch them off guard again. It's very important that Big don't reveal the fact that they've got grenades and anything more than the odd pistol until the last possible moment, because that may be a change in configuration. You can see Cloud9 are playing retake on the A-bomb site, maybe expecting Russian pistols and so on, but if they throw a smoke and run into the site for free, and then suddenly there are 3 AKs on the site, this could be a giant problem for Cloud9.
Yeah, this is actually amazing. This is such a smart play from Big. And there is that smoke for the cross. Ooh, are they going to throw Molotovs with it? No. Okay, still in the rotation here, still playing on that retake. You can see that Big are trying to avoid any grenades. And now Cloud9 must be wondering what the hell's going on, because they can't tell if there's anyone crossing to the site. So now automatic goes in, and he sees there's no one here. Are they going for some very elaborate fake here?
They still don't know about the weapons either. But Cloud9 have got the Molotovs. They know this time surely it's going to be the one. Now the grenades start to come out. Xantares taking that. That's one of the AKs gone. Not sure if he fired a bullet just yet. Otherwise, there's still a giant mystery. The Deagle rattling on. There's a flashbang. Automatic's got a gap in the smoke. A pistol taken away. The AK hasn't been picked up, and now they're getting wiped out. And it's going to be huge upgrades for Cloud9. Not a single frag for Big in that round. And to the victor, the spoils.
That was so interesting. I wonder what the overall expectation was of, you throw that first smoke, you kind of bait out maybe counter utility to begin with, and there was hesitation from Cloud9 to even throw the utility in response, and then Big go for that second highway smoke or cross smoke to make their way into the site. But Cloud9 just really played it perfectly, so that was very elaborate from Big. Very nicely handled by Cloud9. We'll see now, as you say, to the victor, the spoils, they're going to get to play against pistols finally now. Should be an easy one. Only rush on the A-bomb side so far, and they will likely try to burst through the smoke. There's no flashbang to do it with, though.
Squeaky door has been opened, I do believe. A boost over the smoke. The top right corner, from a CT perspective, you can also see through it as a T. You can also boost on the lockers and look over it. Something Kenny S used to do years ago with the WP. Rush getting his bell rung through a structure, so he's still 73 HP for him. Big with double the score of their opponent, but a lot less in terms of weaponry. Showing presence towards A. Not sure if they showed the bomb, but it seems now they'll make inroads towards mid.
It's kind of cool because what they're doing is they're moving everyone with the two guys who have Kevlar and just saying, okay, if Xantares or Tabson gets a kill, we burst. But because they didn't get a kill, they're like, okay, well, let's just, if we haven't had success today, let's try mid now then. After pulling some players towards A. So they're just trying to make sure that they can really maximize the effectiveness of a pick if they do get it.
But look at the respect Flusher shows the likes of Gobby and the players on his team. Spotting a player in mid, immediately runs away. Rotates all the way around to Z, and just like that, he gets the frag out of it, saves his teammate as well. But Rush will get taken out by a pistol. They were lining up for someone, but they've all been taken down. The trades continue now. These pistols are doing some damage to the CT side. The bomb's on the floor, as are the entire big team. AK's collected once again. Cloud9 moves to round number 7.
Yeah, great round from Flusher, as you said, gets that 4K. That actually looked quite scary. Big found themselves in some really good positions across the map with those deagles, and they were looking for those frags. And there are definitely times when some of these deags are going to connect a lot more. So
that guy had anime on demand on his phone. One button, anime, boom. All right, then we've got AWPs on both sides. Smooya and Automatic. Can Big start their half now? 4 rounds in a row for Cloud9. Both sides taking the CT pistol. Plenty of presence from Gobby. Making sure no one's doing anything sneaky around this smoke. Always good to spray diagonally in case the CTs are trying to get under the boost position. Smooya lurking outside B, hitting by Squeaky Door. Cloud9 asking lots of questions with these AKs on the CT side. Suddenly we've got 4 players for Big around A.
And some counter utility coming in from Cloud9 as Rush repositions, looking for the first engagement. And through the door, catching him through the rotation. That is not a good look there for Cloud9 as we see Big players spilling onto the bomb site. Automatic will get one in return, but they safely, well, mostly safely get onto that bomb plant and now have post-plant positions. This will be tough from Cloud9, but it still looks doable.
Will that molly go towards Forklift? Risky to throw it, to be honest, but he manages to do that. As Automatic moves in, it's smoked off, but from where? Automatic so close, Gobby can spot him, but a no-scope through the smoke in the face. 3 on 3, plenty more work for Cloud9 to do, and now it's just Automatic. Perhaps he needs to try to escape. He gets one frag, instantly traded, and Big are on the scoreboard in the second half.
Yeah, it's been 4 rounds in a row from Cloud9, and finally Big got there, and we know that they're a team that has a lot of strats. Their playbook's pretty deep, especially on maps in which they find success on, such as Cache. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they have to throw at Cloud9 here. A Cloud9 that will not be able to not be able to afford too many mistakes, as Big are already on 13 rounds. So looks like Smooya has a good timing here to go for a pick with this AWP. Looking for that timing of an aggression. And instead, he finds a smoke, a defensive smoke from the CT. So Cloud9 will be slowing things down here forcibly as Big. We're looking to burst behind a pick should Smooya have gotten one. But as he has not, we'll see Big now develop the round in different ways.
Big's turn to set the pace as Cloud9 tried to on their T side. To no avail. 2-1-2 set up for Cloud9. And again, noise is cut. Big slowly position themselves towards the A sites. I think Tizian's gone to line up a grenade towards A. Ooh, that molly has not gone in the right direction. There's one from Tizian for the vent. No one's towards B, but the molly suggests that people are outside B, waiting for somebody to reposition if they were in the vent. So that may make you focus more on B if you are Cloud9. But as you can see, the grenades are being lined up towards A main, although no one's in A main for Big right now. But the same could be said for Cloud9.
Ooh. Flusher there with a good read of position. Automatic finds one up mid. He knows what's coming, and he pulls out the AWP. It's a little bit awkward here. Spots one more, looks for the flick shot, but that player disappears, and again through the door. Success is found for Big, but they've got to close it down. Rush still holding things here by the door. That M4, 2, not quite the third, but has he done enough? The rest of his teammates have made their way in on rotation. Important 1v1 that Tapson will win. Looking to shut down Highway now, but turns his back at the wrong moment. And now Godby has to do it by himself, and there's no time here. He has to pick up an AWP. Oh, he can't quite land the shots. Oh, so awkward, and Cloud9 pick it up.
There was a very small chance of a double tag at least, if not frag from Godby. Didn't happen though. 7-3. Cloud9 survive, and that reset allows a catch-up surely. Godby thinking mind-wearing way. They've got a fair amount of cash in the bank though, so they won't have to eco for too long, Big. But that deficit is getting smaller and smaller for Cloud9. Zelsis with the second AWP. This will be interesting. See the positions Cloud9 choose to post up. Godby on the AK-47. Money close enough to his teammates, who will all be on the pistols. Grenades here and there. Tabson lining up a big one. One of 2 smokes in this round. Will it be for a wall? Not sure where that one's going. Smear with a pop flash for a main. Tizian thwarted with the Molotov. Rush waiting for a flashbang. Kiyashima taking that. That weapon can be collected surely. Rush's got a lot to do here, but he's only going to get 1 kill. There are problems for Cloud9 on A.
Yeah, Tizian to pick up that AUG. The bomb will now go down. Some counter utility for Cloud9 to work with the retake utility. The incendiary will go out towards forklifts. The flank is going to be important. Is that door open? No, it's not. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Flasher comes through, finds the back of Xantares, and they don't have care on these players, so that MP9 will be very dangerous. The run and gun is very important for Flusher as it works out. The clock tries to control it, does Tabson, but it's simply too little too late. And Flusher, with that unlikely backstab with the MP9, will get it done.
3 versus 4 retake with 2 AWPs, not ideal. The lack of Kevlar will certainly help. That was a terrifying round. And that extra plant gives Big so much more money. They are straight back on the buy, and they'll be excited with the damage they did in that round. Really important. Flusher, decision-making there with the MP9. Coming back to do more. Pretty good weapon considering the circumstances, the lack of Kevlar and such. Only 2 players surviving for Cloud9 could be catastrophic if Big can win by elimination in this round.
And once again, Smear goes for that timing pick with the AWP. What can he find? Not going too deep for the challenge, but if they were to go aggressive, if they got a good spawn, he would win that battle most likely. Kishin will be quickly boosted into the vent. Celsius at the back of Checkers by Drip. Let's see if he can find anything here. Obviously with that smoke up, not too much to be found. Oh my god, as I say that, Smear through the smoke falls, and that's an enormous win early on for Cloud9 here.
No way to respond to that, really. Big, slowly, quietly creeping towards A with 2 players. Godby collecting the AWP. Rotating away from the B bomb site. And there's still heavy presence here for Cloud9. Kiyashima in the vent, Celsius Checkers, Flusher on the high ground of B. The bomb's being collected and taken towards A. Rush on the site. Now Flusher with good timing starting to rotate towards that car position. 45 seconds on the clock. 2 smokes for Big. If they could hold on to 1 for post-plot, that would be enormous. But they may not have such opportunity. Tizian jumping around at Squeaky, but he could be a lurker. They don't quite know just yet, Cloud9.
Rush creeping into another good position here behind quad. Looking for timing to go for the peak. Oh, it's not 2. I am so shocked. I'm sure he is as well, but that's a great flick. Automatic will clean up, and despite that from Rush, it's looking fantastic. Now just down to Tapson as he has players all around him. Which way does he look? He goes for the taps towards the car, not going to pan out for him, and there is someone just lurking. Flusher, so sneaky, takes his time and takes down Tapson. 10 rounds now for Cloud9. It is a great comeback so far on this CT side. Explain, James.
I got a feeling.
Oh, that's so nice.
He's very, very happy with that. Big are back into eco territory. We have a tactical timeout which has been called by Big. Some time for discussion before they move forward. Cloud9's turn to have a strong hold on the CT side. Only 3 rounds behind them now. But again, we've seen even these pistol rounds have been very dangerous for Cloud9, so they must be careful, and they must continue to be focused. 21 kills for Flusher, 20 for Automatic, 24 for Xantares. But he is catching up in the death column, 24 for 16 now. Not as fun as the CT half was.
Yeah, and the timeouts can be so good to, as Rambo mentioned in the interview, actually, the phrase which I've learned now being in America, to ice the kicker, as they say, James. And to slow down the momentum of your opposing team if they're feeling hot, just break their flow a little bit with a pause. And also time to think as to what the approach should be moving forwards. Smear's been unable with some of those timings towards B to really get much. Perhaps they need to utilize them differently. We'll see in the coming rounds as Xantares looks for a pick with the Eagles. Nothing just yet. Automatic feels very comfortable here. The support from Flusher as well. And not quite getting the kill there, but Flusher can just hold down the fort regardless. There's no way in.
Grenades. Hooray. Now Tizian's the last one. He's got an AWP and 1 minute on the clock. So maybe, just maybe, okay. Looks one way, surely gets shot in the back. They're being very careful. There are 1v1s available for Tizian. Again, look at the damage. Only 2 players survive for Cloud9. You have to keep that in mind with the rounds to come, because now Big are back on the buy.
That was pretty awesome from stuck in that corner. Some good work from Tizian. Oh yes, show it to me. Oof, that's just gorgeous. This is really well played by Tizian. Really eking out as much damage as possible. Okay, so if we're going to see a different approach from Big, obviously now would be the round. So curious to see what they have in store. Got to be going quickly forward, just checking if there was a fast push towards under boost. Automatic maybe spotting a pixel, but nothing to convince him to take the shots. And so, in staying out there and not really seeing anything early rounds, kind of tells you that maybe Big are not playing a default. Rush in a forward position, will be able to fall back.
Again, Big with a focus towards A. Zelsis may get some sound cues as he is under the boost position, just over the wall from Xantares. I think maybe he might have had 1, maybe 2 players in there. Flusher and Rush away. Smoke on quad, an exchange through the squeaky door. Cloud9 2 rounds away. Tizian doing his usual. Could mean only he is there, could mean 4 people are there. No aggression from Cloud9 towards B, no fact-finding as Big executing towards A.
Yeah, sending those mollies towards quad. Rush is going to be burning here. There's no way to avoid it. Has to go out for a frag. He's so blinded, though. Brilliant use of utility here from Big as they go over the top of the red container as Xantares looks to see what he can find, but those smokes have great coverage. He drops on top of the crate. I wonder if they heard the sound cue. Got to be very careful. Has the cover of Smia, though, and there is no way back in for Cloud9.
Solid plays from Big, so many flashbangs, and they were perfectly well timed as well. The late Molotovs into the MBK position. Rush had no idea he was on the fire because he was completely white. Kishima and Automatic remain, and again, you think about those 2 rounds of pistols from Big where they left Cloud9 with 2 players, and the cost implication of that starts to come to fruition now as Big move to 14 rounds. We will see some issues for Cloud9, and it will be very hard for them to hold. Big almost taking 0 damage in that round, apart from obviously what the bomb just did.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really awesome to see. I think, you know, Cloud9, they didn't have any information, so they're just sort of stuck with 2 players on A and not really all that much immediate assistance. And the utility usage against those 2 players was pretty optimal. It's hard to argue with that. And then just a double smokes down in between the red container and the wall just really made it so impossibly hard. So Big finally picking up another rounds. And you were talking about, you know, the rounds to come, James, about the economy of Cloud9. We're kind of in that position. If they are to lose this one and give up that match point to Big, they don't have anything in the next round. So Big could kind of win the match here. the series here. They could eliminate Cloud9 here. Actually, no, I'm wrong because of Cloud9 and Big are both winners. So ignore me there.
I always ignore you, Dan.
I saw you take a pause there. What is he saying?
I ignore you on a regular basis.
I'm confused. Yes, that was a lie. But yes, it is potentially the series here for Big if they're able to win this round. Cloud9 needs to be very cautious. They've only got the MP9 on Rush, but otherwise looks pretty good on the weaponry.
There is the smoke, and up they go on that boost position, having a look in mid. Kishima's around the smoke in Z. Beyond that, there's no one to frag. Big will have to be content with map control. Kishima moving towards that B position. Rush has taken a very aggressive position in A main. He has a smoke grenade to drop at some point, so he is playing quite risky, but how on earth has GodB got the checkers already? Trying to pull players towards this B bomb site, and in fact, you may think this is a fake. Flush is starting to rotate. He is very far away though. Smooya and Tizian getting closer and closer to B. Santara is in the middle of mid, looking to cut off rotation. So despite aggressive position towards A, B is the problem, and the Molotovs are here again. Automatic doing nothing at the moment. Smooya taken out. He's close, he's down, he's dead. And that's the bomb site. Do they continue to push now, Cloud9? They do have some retake grenades. There's a molly for the plant, but it's come too late. The bomb goes down.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the chances for this right now because there's so much space. Look at GodB, he's already in such a deep position. Loses the 1v1 though, and all of a sudden, it is very doable. A 3 versus 2 for Cloud9 as they try to commit into this. Still a chance though for tabseN to maybe save it now that Tizian's gone down. Can he get the trade kill? Yes, he can. It's clean. Headshot straight away. Still has full HP, but no supporting grenades. Has to win this fight, but he can't. Great position from flusha. I have no idea how they took that. Maybe Big overstepped, James. Maybe they went too deep.
I have no idea how Zelsis won that duel. How does he run into an angle like that and manage to win the frag? That is the frag which gives them the chance to win. If he dies there, then the round is over. And I think a lot of people may just give up that. And, like, we haven't got the position. Let's hold on to these 3 weapons if we can. Crazy stuff. flusha doing flusha things, of course. And then tabseN with it all to do. flusha. The very wide angle on the edge, as Cloud9 are in this match at the moment. What a save from Cloud9. 2 rounds in it now. Both teams on the bye. And we go again.
Yeah, straight into mid. Very fast timing from GodB in the first 10 seconds. Straight in there by Ven, threatening the drop into checkers. And Cloud9 is so passive on B that they do need some control in A main. They've got to figure out what's going on. In the previous round, they were a bit too slow to put more rotation towards that B bomb side after they had A main. Maybe because Big love to play with your rotations, love to fake you out. It's hard to say exactly why, but this is a gamble from Cloud9. They have 0 information and they're stacking towards B. See if it works out for them because Big are looking to throw the nades into B.
GodB's been flashed into Z, so he's in a position to flank. He checks it, nobody's there. He's waiting for someone to pick him from A, it seems. But now he goes to join his teammates as nobody gives that up. So we're looking at a 5-on-3 situation. Molly for the box, Kishima deciding on what to do. Putting a smoke down, he can look over it, I think. Catches, tabseN moving in a headshot position. That's going to be hard to deal with. Automatic's got some hot shots through the smoke. There is Kishima again, a transfer. Fantastic stuff from him. So consistent for Cloud9. 4 versus 2, just cancel, turn around. Santara's lurking, gets shot in the back, and it's down to Smooya in the checkers position. 1 versus 3 as he takes down Rush. He's got the bomb. He could even try to run away from it. He could try. You can see Flusha in the corner. Kiyashima again, a 4K from Kiyashima, and there's 1 round between these 2 teams.
And what has that done to the money of Big? Yes, indeed, it's completely crippled it. And this play around these smokes is absolutely critical here from Kiyashima. Typically, Big have been incredible on their utility usage to eliminate the players on the bomb site, but Kiyashima managed to stay out there and do the damage. But now it's a save for Big. 1 save. They needed the bomb plot in that round really badly. And Cloud9 looking to equalize. What a comeback from them so far. But it's not over yet.
A week of comebacks here in Atlanta. And they continue on cash with Cloud9 and Big. Smooya moving to A main, having a look, seeing nothing, trying to bait some shots, identify where these players are. But the closest player is Rush on the car, automatic at the white box. There's a smoke. They don't see what's behind it. All the players will make it to the site. No post-plant grenades, but the money will be a bonus. We'll see what damage they can do. Kiyoshima's been taken out. That's a lot of grenades just dropped. They lose maybe an incendiary there as well. Maybe Zelta's picked it up. We'll see if they can do this Cloud9, if they can retake this. We've got a boost coming in for a flank from Big. Tizian taps it in that mid position. Automatic, he's waiting for it though. He will not expect a second player, surely not. And he's got to find this frag. There it is, it's labored, but it's there. And there are 3-2 frags on the site as well. Zelsis versus Tizian with the AWP. But Zelsis has the bomb. He can try to hold the defuse. He's got 1 second to go! Oh no! Cloud9 just about win it. But at what cost? Everyone's dead.
Oh my god, back facing you. You got that Deagle, the first shot, not quite going where you want it. You start spraying it, it gets worse. You got to start spamming it. Oh no. So awkward. But it's so exciting nonetheless. 14-14. And we'll have to see who wins it here. Both teams have a pretty good buy. Automatic lacking Kevlar, but he does have that AWP. Fast into the boost from Smooya, looking to go for a pick. Got to be so careful. Ooh, just a pixel off it up. Oh my god, this is playing with fire right now. Smooya just edging closer and closer. Will he give me more? Will he give me more? Oh, it's too much, James. I can barely watch it. He looks at that pick against Kiyoshima. There's a chance. Will he get another one? Perhaps not. I think Kiyoshima spotted it. Maybe he didn't because he's still there.
Smooya's got to add another dollar for another peak.
Xantares, look at where he is at though. Looking for the peaks in the box. Flashbang out.
Last round, Godby was in this position and nobody peeked him. Does he use that information to make a change this time? There we go. Finally, he was patient. Rush has made his way towards the lockers in A main. Again, Cloud9 lost every player in that last round. It should not have been anywhere near that hard. If they lose this by elimination, they have nothing.
Oh, is the push? No, he's just going to hide in the corner. I love that setup in mid though. They make Kiyoshima push because and he thinks with a flashbang he can get that information. But because Smooya is so deep, so far back, they're actually baiting him to peek because of that highway smoke. They need the info. And speaking of info, Rush spots one. Will tag Godby slightly, and are they feeling the A play? Because right now Big are switching it up in towards middle, and they can still go anywhere, but it's going to be rallying towards that B bomb site now for them, as Cloud9 must defend.
This is an instant reaction from Big. 3 players going through the vent, Automatic getting tagged. He's got no Kevlar. What does he do if Zelsis goes down? Zelsis has to hold. 3 players in front of the site. Automatic has an angle. Look at the time on the clock. There's 8 seconds for the bomb to go down. They might just do this again. Moving on to the site, Smooya's got to back off. Cloud9 had to win that one. They could not lose by elimination. This is ridiculous. Godby, as soon as they saw Rush with the MP9 taking the shot in A main, I think he expected a rotation because they're probably towards B. They're probably going to put more guys towards A. So he immediately just charges towards the B bomb site. So many advantages apart from time. Zelsis manages to survive long enough to stop the plant from going down, holding the bomb sites, and Cloud9 are at game point.
So Rambo, they're absolutely loving it. They're managing to make this one work.
They had 3 rounds at half-time.
I know, and this is incredible. We see Big still able to put forth a pretty good buy here, due to the loss bonus and all that. And there's a lot of them towards the same position. Will they try a... It doesn't look like they can really go for a burst here, but Xantares is trying to see if he can pick something through that smoke. And of course, Tizian's been quite annoying at the squeaky door. He's been generally very positive on his exchanges through that position. It looks like they're going to go towards A, but there are 3 players there. A 4th quickly could rotate towards that car position. Cloud9 are ready for this, James.
They had 3 rounds there. You move to the minute mark. Everybody's here for Big. Flusher spots one. The smoke for quads. Repositioning from Cloud9. Still 3 players around this A site. They are expectant. Zelsis will be relied on towards B, but no one is there just yet. There's so much time on the clock for Big, but they don't have much in the name of utility. 1 more Molotov for the side, deploying the grenades, and Flusher's not going to wait any longer. 2 kills for him. He will be traded from squeaky door, but it's still in the choke point. Cloud9. Big running to their doom, and now it's Smooya 1 versus 3 with 30 seconds on the clock. Moving around the forklift, 2 plays on the side, spots one, misses a shot. He's got to get these frags. All the 3 players are here now. He's got to get 1v1 with the AWP. There's the first one. Kiyashima in the smoke. Oh my god, it's just down to Kiyashima now. 20 seconds. He's running towards 3. Oh! Back of the head and dead. CLOUD9 take the first map.
Oh, that's so clutch from Kiyashima, just about catching him in time. Smoothie made it look possible, but Cloud9 with an enormous comeback. Oh my goodness gracious me. How have they managed to pull that one out the bag? Big made it so uncomfortable. Oh, you don't want to go anywhere, but we had to take a quick break. We'll be back with the desk.